Well, it seems like the mood has shifted dramatically. Halloween is now very far in the rearview mirror, and Christmas isn't that far ahead. Is Universal ready to go? Let's take a walk through the studios and see for ourselves. Just a real quick update on the progress on Escapology here. They haven't really moved forward a whole lot on the outside. They're jackhammering the sidewalk here, probably setting up a new entrance over there on the side, and still breaking down a lot of those walls on the inside on both stories. So 2025 is still a projected year. What month or day has yet to be determined, but they are slowly moving toward the end goal here, which is to have like 7 really cool themed escape rooms here on the edge of City Walk. Also, something else that I heard recently is they're getting rid of the iFly skydiving simulator at the end of the year. If that's true, that's kind of stinks. I mean, I've never done it, but
Why don't you just sit in the corner, huh? Go on.
I mean, this was a pretty cool little spot on the City Walk for many, many years. What they're getting rid of it for, I don't know yet, but I'm sure somebody does, so somebody will let me know what it is. I'm usually the last to learn these things. But iFly, possibly going away in 2025. And the City Walk getting ready to get into the festive spirit, putting this big tree over here in, what is this, 5 Towers? Is that what it's called? Putting this big tree up over here in 5 Towers in front of the AMC.
First try.
Very nice, very nice. I'm ready for that pumpkin spice latte. Is that what people drink these days?
Brother,
It's actually kind of a lot of people in here for a Tuesday. I don't think people got the memo yet that Grinchmas season doesn't start until November 29th, which coincidentally is when the best ride in the park opens back up.
What?
But let's go see what they have to offer today anyway, that all of these people get access to. And they finally brought the walls up around Monstrose, which means the deconstruction of the house is going to be started. So,
No! God, please, no! No!
for another year, Horror Nights, we will see you again. Perhaps be catching Monstrose 3 on that flippity flop.
Okay.
And perhaps the part of the park that undergoes the most massive bit of transformation from Horror Nights to Grinchmas is the circle
Say my name.
in the middle of the upper lot. They've already got all of the Grinch set pretty much set up, it looks like. We're waiting for the tree and the lighting stuff, and they'll be ready to go in just a couple weeks. But how's about a holiday in Hogsmeade? You'll love to see it.
Let's go check it out.
And it's just a matter of time now before we get everybody's favorite little Hogsmeade show, which is the Singing Frogs. They're coming back soon, I believe, with the implementation of Grinchmas, right? November 29th, Singing Frogs coming back. Hogsmeade is always packed to the gills. Oh, look.
There's a space of people.
But people love their Harry Potter, whether they're coming from faraway lands or just like us, domestically. Everybody likes to travel through Hogsmeade on a warm 70 degrees winter day.
In Los Angeles.
But I think Harley and I are going to take this back alley road to a different fictional set. And that is the land of Springfield, USA, where there still seems to be a lot of people here too. But hey, I can't blame these people. We don't know if this is going to be around much longer, so get in as many ay carumbas as you can now, because there may not be very much left to give after this Christmas season.
Ay, caramba!
But enough about that. It's on to the lower lot. All right, and while they get Blue back into her pen, we'll talk about Jurassic World a little bit. It looks like they're starting to work on the rock facing at the final landing after the big drop at the end of the ride. Still working on the ends of the flume as well, coming into the onboarding part of the ride.
Is that a technical term?
Everything else, they got all the rocks all pretty over here in right on the other side of these walls. But they've got a couple more weeks left to brush its teeth and floss and make this attraction smile on November 29th when they begin the holiday festivities featuring the Indominus Rex. Lower lot not short of its amount of foot traffic today either. Quite a few people down here, even though there's no Jurassic World. I know I wouldn't be down here if there was no Jurassic World.
What am I talking about? I am down here.
Well, maybe all these people are just making their way over to Super Nintendo World. Maybe we go check that theory. And yes, that theory would be correct. There is a lot of people in Super Nintendo World, and it's hot.
Stop whining.
You know, even though it's the middle of November, it's hot, so I'm not gonna last long here. I'm gonna last about as long as it takes to get from one end of this land to the next, which at this rate could be quite a while, so But while I am over here, I will take this opportunity to tell you that the reservations for Toadstool Cafe have not been going as fast as they used to. So if you've never eaten here, there's a pretty good chance that if you visit the park anytime in the next couple weeks, you're probably going to be able to eat here if that's on your to-do list. And I recommend it, it's good. It's such a well-themed part of the park. It's just a shame that there's not much to do there unless you buy the power band, in which case you wait in lines to play games and collect points. And then there's just a mediocre Mario Kart ride. Fingers crossed we might get something cool in the future to kind of make up for the mediocrity
I used a thesaurus.
of what that part of the park ended up becoming. And speaking of projects of the future, we still have this mystery project here behind Revenge of the Mummy. They've put signs that look like they're going to be rerouting possibly the queue of Revenge of the Mummy somewhere, so they may be actually cutting into this queue sometime soon. I've heard everything about this, from putting the tram queue back down here on the other side of this building, all the way to it's just reinforcing the hill for the Fast and Furious ride. I guess we have to wait a little longer to see some more development. I do know that they've been cutting down some of the trees on this hill, so they may actually just be cutting this hill back about 100 feet and then reinforcing it there, just to make sure there's no slippage or movement when the ride is actually taking place. Because we do know that the Fast and Furious coaster is going to introduce a severe impact to the environment here, as the whole thing is built on a hillside. But as of now, this is what it looks like over here behind Revenge of the Mummy, so we will await further answers. But the big question is, are they going to remove this giant tree, which severely impacts our vantage point on whatever maze they decide to put on the backside of Revenge of the Mummy for Halloween Horror Nights? If they take this down, we got a clear shot of what comes there and all of the progress throughout the entire year. So I'm sure they know that, and they'll probably lead this one.
Knowing Universal.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, and I tell you what, now that Los Luchadores aren't crowding the streets back here, there's a lot of room. There's a lot of space. You forget how big it is over here in the little Parisian area of the park. But they're already getting ready for the holidays, I think, and having a nice break from having monster-style wrestlers taking this part of the park over.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
I've said it before 80 billion times, and I'll say it again. Every time we come to this park, this project is just getting more and more massive. And the second thing that gets stated often is that you just cannot do justice on video to how big this roller coaster is going to be. Doesn't look like they're doing much around this middle section, really. They just put up all the braces, but no track has been laid yet. Looks like they're laying all the track over closer to the show building itself, but they're starting to actually put a lot of the work in for the foundation over on the that final stretch there, that big turnaround that they're prepping for. So that I expect actually the base, the little base sections to be up probably next time I come, within like a week or two. And the track here to be coming up, it looks like they're actually going to put another building right here, because it looks very similar to the one over next to the show building. But I don't know. Those little brackets have been up for quite a while. But man, do I look forward to seeing the track showing up in this middle section here and just showing off how much of a behemoth this roller coaster is going to be and how park changing to the future it's going to be. Oh man, can't wait.
Very exciting time.
Still big purple walls over Super Silly Funland. That, my expectation is like much further along than everything else, like Jurassic Park and stuff. My guess is January, maybe February, because they're probably not in a huge rush to get this all figured out. They gotta wait till it gets actually hot enough for them to open it again. So, and it looks like Gru's got the rest of Illumination Land prepped and ready for Christmas. It's coming along nicely over here. They got wreaths and garland and balls and lights, and it looks very festive. Thank you, Gru, for taking the lead on this and getting it all done on time.
That's what I'm talking about.
Animation Store going crazy with their Christmas merch now too. All the Grinch stuff out here in the front. They got all the Christmas Minion stuff in there, ornaments and onesies and plushies and scrushies and mushies and
Whoa, 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 whoa.
glushies and all the Christmas cheer that you could want. So come get it now. Meanwhile, Chucky Buckets,
Slashed.
get them out now. It's the same thing here in the Universal Store. A Christmas aplenty. Most of the same stuff that they have in the animation shop, as far as Grinch stuff. But, you know, there's a lot more of it over here because the store's a lot bigger. Such favorites as Como el Grinch Robo la Navidad.
You know I don't speak Spanish.
So we came, and we saw plenty. Changeover is happening. Universal will soon become the home of America's favorite little green man.
The Grinch.
But for now, it's time to go pick up the kids, so until we see you up on the mountain here at the studios or out at the farm, we'll catch you all on that flippity flop.